I don't think it's a good morning, Mr. Chinedu, because the president, after the protest of the end bad governance, has instructed his stooges in the House of Rep and in the Speaker Assembly to enact a law whereby all Nigerians will be subversive to anything about protest. Now, a law is to be passed to criminalize protesters, and every protester has a penalty of being fined for 25 years in prison, or you pay 10 million naira. Quickly, what's the reaction?
Tyranny, that's where we are heading to. A dictatorship, that's where we are heading to. We are moving away totally from those principles of democracy. Where the people we elected, that's the people who are representing democracy, because those people you are seeing at the lower house and the Senate represent democracy. They are the representative of the people, and you can see very clearly now that these people has they destroyed what has supposed to be our own interests that we send them there to do. But unfortunately, this government of APC is moving, this Tinubu is moving from one particular point of disaster to another point of calamity. So this is purely a junta administration, because from our perspective, if you say that nobody should even have right to assembly, nobody have right of gathering, nobody have right of freedom of speech, nobody have right to discuss anything, and nobody even have right. That what is trying to tell us now is that the government now owns us as individuals. And unfortunately, the northern part of the country know how to, manipulate the mentality of the south at will, at any point. Look at the kind of unfortunate bill, they are bringing to the public, because the north is only interested in what is coming out from the south. Take for instance, if we're in a situation where the north have what the south have in terms of resources, they don't go to school, they don't believe in school, they don't believe in education, they don't believe in civility, they don't believe in democracy, nothing. So at every point in time, they come up with this Draconian agenda and throw it to the south. Then the south would now swallow it cowardly. How would you say that people should not be express themselves? They will go to 25 days imprisonment for just mere expression. Does that mean there's no democracy? And they are going to live with the consequences. I'm surprised. Nigerians are not rising up. The South senators, the Southern House of Rep members are already buying into this kind of uncertainty, threatening the citizenry of Nigerians. Well, if the Nnamdi Kanu is actually their target, they have actually missed it, because the treason the Nnamdi Kanu is charged of, or what they are charging Nnamdi Kanu of, was committed then. They are not going to use whatever stupid law, that is against self-determination, that's against going to the streets, that's against demonstration, that's against to try Nnamdi Kanu. It's not going to work.
But again, can you trust the judiciary? Because the judiciary apparently seems to be a weapon used by the politicians.
But that's what I'm saying now.
Just yesterday, we saw the CGM bowing down for the president because his salary was increased by 300%.
You can imagine we are now. That's why a lot of. I'm just surprised that Jonathan, good luck Jonathan, is being. I don't know whether the guy is being hypothenized or he's just unnecessarily being funny. I need to use this word. Seeing Jonathan in the midst of this calamity, coming out to tell that the elders, or what they call the state of council meeting, while addressing the press, said that that Tinubu's government is in the right direction. I don't know what Jonathan actually means by that. Coming to tell Nigerians that they should. Nobody is even this civil society. This is how we continue to shout over the issue that has to do with hunger in the land until the protests came, and now they are fast forwarding this kind of draconian bill that seek to sentence somebody for just mere expression. I don't know how that is going to stand. Of course, that's for the zoos and themselves, the who want to buy into this. But let me tell you, if the Northerners are using the Southerners, Mumu South is a shame on House of Rep members who are from the Southern extraction. I don't want to use stupid word on senators who are from the Southern extraction. What is the North trying to achieve? What is the northern contribution to the development of Nigeria apart from politics? You cannot find them in football. You cannot find them in the social package. You cannot find them in anything. The talkers of internet, they don't even generate anything. What they only generate is millions of children that are marginalized. They are using the status resources to, train. So the only thing the Northerners understand is how to pass killer bill in the house. And be able and know how to siphon the resources of the South, while the South themselves labor to keep the North has suddenly become a burden to the South, the entire South. I'm telling you, the Northern Nigeria is a complete burden to the South, and we need to understand this, that at this point in time, I'm still surprised to see some of these House of Rep members, bowing down. I didn't understand that where civility might have generated, the people that fought for independence, the southern part of the country that fought for independence, are there swallowing crack bill like that without saying anything, to the extent that it has passed. First, Nnamdi Kanu is not going to die there, and that law cannot be used on Nnamdi Kanu. Whatever they do, because definitely it will go to the Senate. Nigerians are going to stand up against it, because on that process now they are trying to checkmate the excesses. Nobody should protest in case of there's anything. There will be no gathering. There will be no self-determination, which is enshrined in the United Nations Charter. And do not want to tell me that if, for adventure, Britain, Israel, France, America, and Italy decide that they want to announce sovereignty of Biafra today, this is a year idiots waiting down for Abuja. Would they have the guts to say they are going to stand?
Mr. Chinedu, you might be in prison for that word you just used.
No, bro, I can give you an expression of idiots.
In this bill, there's a section that says that any Nigerian that undermines the presidency will serve a jail. Them too are undermining the citizens. Perhaps the citizens don't know their right.
No, not that the citizens don't know their right. Most of them are not exposed to their right, and it's intentional. The government trying to mortgage the citizens using various arms of social attack, rules and regulation, constitution, welfare threats, political thuggery, all to checkmate, to keep them on the floor forever. How do they expect Nigeria to grow? How do they? It baffles me. You cannot find this type of a thing in a civilized, even in North Africa, you cannot see this kind of a thing happen.
In that bill, there's a section that says that any person who speaks against his pastor or his Islamic cleric will pay a fine of 2 million. I mean, how does this add any economic value to the country?
Bro, that is why I'm unfortunate. I think Nigerians should be mourning the death of Nigeria. Because you can see these senators, this House of Rep, they have already taken Nigeria to the altar, to the gallows, for slaughter, for murder, and it's going to happen. By the time they begin to bring out this kind of a form of Draconian attacks on bills, to cage the people. They want to cage the people. They want to disarm Nigerians' freedom of movement. They want to disarm us from reasoning. They want to disarm us from being innovative. They want to disarm us from being, who we are. they want to take the pride, the remaining only thing that we are proud of. They want to really remove it completely. They want to remove the culture and tradition. So what is going to happen is that, Nigerians are going to watch. If they feel they are okay with this, well, that is their business. But for me, I am not going to pay CC for anybody for criticizing them, because they are already criticizing me. The government themselves are not paying me for criticizing me. That's the truth. So I'm not going to pay them anything. And that will not stop me from asking the world to intervene on the issue that has to do with sovereignty in Nigeria, that has to do with self-determination, because the international law supersedes this law they are coming up. So, bros, it looks like Nigerians are not educated, or the functionality of their education, is nothing to write home about. If we are exposed and educated, I do not see the reason why we should be in the same atmosphere, entertaining, instead of push. Okay, you are seeing nations advancing to the space, going to different parts of the world, doing exploits. We are here questioning the rationale behind the mere expression. That if you dare express yourself, you go to 25 years imprisonment, or you pay 10 million naira. That is arrant nonsense and a disgrace to the forefathers, if at all they were founding fathers.